Hello, I'm Claire Louise here from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's the full Celtic Cross Tarot Love Spread for you. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower and the shell, and each one of them's got a deeper dive. In that deeper dive extended reading, I reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread, and I also get cards out from all of these decks back here on the shelves to give you further clarity on all of that as well. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of each of these readings, you'll see a link popping up there. For that deeper dive, you can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. And that's where you can also find the timestamps to jump ahead to your reading. So this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. All you need to do now is take your pick. Would you like the crystal? And that's with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. Aquamarine there. Would you like the flower? Which is with the Accurate AF Tarot? Or would you like the shell, which is with the Tarot of Mystical Moments? A different shell this time. I've not used this one before. Beautiful, huh? Okay, there you go. There's your pick. Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there as you're watching it, and leave a comment as well as to how you are resonating with it or what you're getting out of it. Really helps my channel when you do that kind of stuff, as does you clicking that subscribe button with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do a daily energy update every single day of the year. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give mini reads for donations. Would love to see you in that. And I do 3 of these Love Pick a Card reads a week as well. So subscribe to my channel. Would love to have you as part of this beautiful community. Well, enjoy your pick a card read. Enjoy your reading. I will see you in there. So if you chose the crystal and the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and this reading is for you. Let's do your full Celtic Cross love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, crystals, is going to be a deeper dive to this reading. There is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story or it could be your story, you might want to get that. In that, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread. I'll also be getting cards out from all of these romance decks that I've got back here on my shelves to give you further clarity, perhaps getting a timeline out for you as well. We'll see what goes down in those extended readings. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's find out what this reading is about for you. It's about the King of Cups. It's about someone that loves you. So this reading is all about what's going on for your person, someone that loves you. It's all about them this time. What is hindering this connection then, if we're talking about them? What's stopping them from coming in? What's stopping them, if they love you so much, like the King of Cups does, what is stopping them from coming forward and expressing that love to you, sharing that love with you, moving forward with this relationship with you? King of Wands, they want to. King of Wands is we've got very masculine energy here, by the way. But kings are, to me, the other person. It's them, you know. This is their energy again, King of Wands. This is them dancing to the beat of their own drum. This is them doing their own thing. Them standing up for themselves, saying, I want this, I'm going to do this. So this is crossing them. So there's some kind of a fear or something that's holding them back, getting into this assertive energy. Now, it could be a fear of you. It could be a fear of coming forward to you, and it could be a fear of rejection, this. It's almost like they've got all of this love and they need to get more in their fiery energy and be like certain of themselves and be very confident, because the King of Wands is very confident before they approach you. And that isn't happening at the moment. Let's find out more. So how do things appear on the surface of it with this connection? What are the outward appearances at the moment? How does it appear on the face of it right now? 5 of Cups, like you're being left out, like there's nothing happening, it's all lost kind of thing. It's not happening. But the thing is with this card, you see she's got a couple of flowers. There is something growing still in her hand, but she's focused on what's not happening. So it appears that nothing's happening at the moment. But the 5 of Cups kind of suggests that that's not actually true, because there is something happening at the moment. She's just focused on the wrong thing. She's focused on what's not happening rather than what is happening. What's really behind that, though? But it appears like nothing's happening. What's really behind that is the Queen of Wands. now this is your energy. Now we've got the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands on the table. Now, again, this is saying about the King of Wands energy, right? So you're showing up as the Queen of Wands, as in, you're sure about this, you take action, you're a go-getter, you know what it is that you want, you're certain about this. This one that loves you, the King of Cups, showing up like the King of Wands energy is what's holding him back. He doesn't feel good enough for you yet. He doesn't feel like he's the King of Wands yet, confident enough, sure of this enough yet. He's not sure. I'm not saying that he's not sure of you. I'm saying that he's not sure of himself yet, that he has got what it takes, enough fire and passion to stand up for this. I don't know. Does your relationship have something about it where you'd have to stand up to other people, stand up to a family or something like that? It might have something to do with that, but he doesn't feel strong enough yet in that fiery, passionate energy. Strong enough to say, I'm doing this and I don't care what you guys say, or whatever it is. So what's the recent past energy? Two of Pentacles. Very much a weighing things up, balancing things up. So he's been in this. Should I do it? Should I not do it? What if I do move forward? What are the implications of that? It's very much weighing things up. That's what he's been doing. He or she. King energy, of course. I'm picking up a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be a man. It could be, but it doesn't have to be. It's just your other person. Kings are always, to me as a reader, they give us the queens when it's our energy, and they give me the kings when it's the other person. Not true for every reader, just true for me. Because the guides work through the cards, through everything, but it's based on our own perceptions of what it means to us to get the message across. So we might have really peculiar things about the cards, One card might mean something to us because of something that happened to us, or when we pulled that card out, or, However they get the messages through, they do it in a way that we can interpret it as a reader. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, your person has been in this Two of Pentacles energy, very much weighing up their options. If I do this, then this will happen. Two of Pentacles energy is very slow energy as well, so they're taking the time over pondering it. They might even have a pros and cons chart, perhaps not physically on the wall, but in the mind that they do. They have been trying to perhaps come up with a plan to make things, because next after two of Pentacles is Three of Pentacles, which is planning. So they've been trying to come up with a plan, weighing up their options to come up with a plan of how best to move forward. But they've been so super slow about it, haven't they? Let me know in the comments below. I can feel it. This is someone that's really struggling with themselves right now. So what's coming in the near future energy? What's coming in the near future energy for crystals? Near future crystals person here. Two cards there. Three of Wands, nice energy. So the Three of Wands is about waiting for that perfect moment, and the world, the completion of a cycle. So a cycle completes, a cycle that they've been waiting for completes, right? So the Two of Pentacles energy that they've been in, I think the options that they've been weighing up, one of the options is like, well, if I wait for a certain thing to complete, something in their life, like that project to end, or that resolution with my ex to come through, or whatever it is, some kind of a cycle to end, that they feel like that gives them the go ahead to pursue this. It's almost like their confidence is riding on this. They're going to feel more confident when this cycle ends that they've been waiting for. Then they'll feel like it's the perfect moment to step forward. They'll feel more confident, yeah? So that's why they can't get in that King of Wands energy. It feels too unstable. I don't know. It could be something about money, because if there's like a work thing or a financial thing, that can make someone not feel confident in themselves to step forward. If you think about it, if you've got money in the bank and you're thinking of taking a risk in relationship or business or anything, you're going to feel more confident if there's money in the bank, something to fall back on, so that if something comes out of the blue, you can handle it because the money's there. Not that money's everything, but it is. You can always pay someone, right, to sort something out. So you've got a very responsible person here, and they do love you. And they need to feel that security to be confident in themselves to come forward. Because they're seeing you as that confident. You're the Queen of Wands. They want to be the King of Wands too, to match your energy. Okay. What is this reading also about? It's about the King of Cups. So they do love you. What is this reading also about? The Magician, manifesting you too. Nice. The Magician also uses all of their resources to manifest something. It feels like your person is trying to, what am I getting there? Trying to not pool their resources, trying to consolidate their resources, trying to know what it is that they've got and categorize it, kind of thing. There could be a Virgo, hi, or an Earth sign. It's like they want to know where the money is, what's available, to feel really solid so that they know what resources they've got so that they can manifest this. Now, this suggests to me that they're not just manifesting this relationship. They don't just want to get you in the bed or whatever. They're wanting to manifest much more than that with this Magician. So I think that they see this bright future with you, and they want to have like this solid everything in place so that they've got something real to offer you, so that they can manifest something much bigger with you. Yeah, so this is someone that wants something really solid with you here. Perhaps happily ever after. What are their fears? What are their fears then? What's this King of Cups fears? Queen of Pentacles, you. You're scary. Crystals, you're scary to them right now because you've got this solid energy. They're seeing you as the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So you're stable and solid. They're scared that it's not that they're not that, right? They're just not that right now. And they want to match you in that energy and be really, really stable in that. So they're afraid to come in and rock your boat and make things more unstable. They don't want to come into your life and withdraw from your energy. They don't want to come into your life and make it worse than it is, like make it more unstable. They don't want to do that. So they want to definitely match you in the stability before they come in. Yeah. So they're trying to be a match to you before they come in. Now you might have let them know that or it just might be in your energy that you're not willing to let someone in your life unless they bring something into your life, and they might be very aware of that energetically, or perhaps you've said that to them or said that to the world on Facebook or something like that. I'm saying that because I think I've put it out on Facebook that anyway, that's their fears, you and your stability, and they don't want to rock your boat. They want to bring something good to your life. They want to add value to your life, not cause disruption. So they're waiting until they can do that. What are the hopes? What's the King of Cups hoping here? Nine of Swords? No. Well, perhaps it's the end, yeah. Perhaps the end of the anxiety, the end of the worry, the hoping. So something they're worried about at the moment, something they're waiting for, this completion of a cycle. It might not be written in stone, so the resolution or whatever that is, that cycle that needs to end, it might not be set in stone yet. Still worries about that. There's still conflict, but it's internal conflict. It's like the mind, it's like, what if it all goes wrong? Yeah, what if it all goes wrong? They can't plan. They can't plan at the moment. They're not trusting in this energy that's coming forward. They're just kind of waiting and hoping, but they're not trusting in it. So they're hoping for an end of that anxiety and end of that fear that they've got. They could be having sleepless nights about all of this. There's a lot of fear there in the eyes that I'm seeing. a lot of fear that this won't happen, a fear of something not being resolved, something never ending story kind of thing. Wow, that's pretty full on. Let's get some outcome cards out for you. Like I said, I'm going to be revealing these outcome cards in your deeper dive, in the extended reading, along with those love cards that are back there. Let's get some guidance for you. I think it will be, anyway. It might go into more about them. I don't know. We'll see. Guides do what the guides do. I just translate. Oh, okay. Got 2 cards out. I want to get another 2 cards out, please, for the outcome, so that we've got a bit of a storyline going. 3. And then one more, please, guys. There we go. Oh, okay. Okay, so you got 4 outcome cards there. As I said, I'll be revealing these in the deeper dive, the extended reading. I've got some interesting cards there. I'll also be pulling cards out from all of these decks. So if you're interested in that, if this sounds like this is your story, or could be a story you're interested in that, you might want to get that. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder, places like that. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device that you can open PDFs. And in that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it should do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. And click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there. Come along to my live shows sometime. I do them 3 times a week. Would love to give you a mini read. More personal than this, you know. Get some juice on what your person's going through specifically with you. Would love to see you in there. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower and the Accurate AF Tarot for a change, sort of switch it up, use different decks, then this will let's do your full Celtic Cross love spread, flowers. So as always, flowers is going to be a deeper dive to this, an extended reading that goes with this. So if you find that this is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that, because in that reading I am going to reveal the outcome cards from your Celtic Cross spread. And also I'll be getting cards out from all of these decks back here, these love decks back here, for clarity and guidance and that kind of thing. A possible timeline out on it as well, if that's applicable. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what's this reading about? This reading is about the King of Swords. So this is about your person, an articulate, intelligent person. King of Swords, perhaps an air sign, someone that's all up in their head, someone that's very clear. They know what it is that they want. They're intelligent, they think things through. They could have a plan of action as well. Planning, someone that plans. They don't jump into things fast, this person. They think things through. Very much a thinking kind of a person. They don't have to be an air sign, but they could have it in the chart as well, or just be someone that has learned their lessons so that they slow things down and think things through. It could be an overthinker as well. Intelligent, yeah, intelligent. Anyway, how interesting. Crystal's reading was about the person as well. Crystal's person too. When a king comes out, it's all about your person rather than you, so very interesting. So it's all about this one. What's crossing this person then? So what's going on? Are they not coming into your life or something? You're overthinking things. Let's see what's crossing the energy. The shadow, dependence and materialism. They've got some shadow work to do. They've got, this is the Devil card, right? This is the imagining scary things that are there. They're getting scared by details that might not even be true. Materialism as well. Could be about money. It could be About dependence too. Okay, dependence and materialism, right. Now, if you... I don't know what situation you're in. Let me know in the comments below. But your person could have some fears around money, some fears about being dependent or locked in or tied down. It's not a fear of commitment. It's a fear of entanglement around financial matters or something that gives them a lack of freedom. So they've got fears around that. I think because they've experienced this before in a relationship. So they could have got into, say, a codependent relationship before where their finances were enmeshed with the other person. It feels like they've learned better now, but they didn't have the boundaries. You should always have boundaries when we get into relationships, especially around money. We both need our own finances, and then there's the joint finances. But that's what I did when I was married. I was married in my 20s, divorced when I was 30. But we had our own bank accounts and our own jobs and everything, and money went into our own bank accounts. But we also had a joint bank account that we'd both put money into for the mortgage and stuff like that, the bills, the joint stuff. And that seemed to work really well. So, dependence and materialism, it feels to me like your person's real scared. There's a projection going on here, the fears that they've had in the past. They think that they're seeing something in you. They think that it might happen again. They are trying to think of a way to come in, to integrate, to be in relationship with you without this enmeshment of finances and stuff. Now, this could be your person is still trying to get out of an enmeshment of finances with someone else. They could still be struggling with that. They've got fears around that. They don't want to be dependent on you. They don't want you to be dependent on them. There is a definite feeling like, I want to be free in this relationship, and I want my person to be free in this relationship, and I'm scared. I'm scared that it's not going to be that way. Your person could be an anxious type because there is definite overthinking going on here. So how do things look on the face of it? You know, you could have gone on dates with this person and they could have been weird around paying the bill. There could be signs that they're kind of weird about the money and stuff. And it's not about paying for the date. It's not about paying that. It's more of the... Oh, look. On the face of it, there's the King of Rings, responsibility and abundance. So they take that on the shoulders. Look at that. It's holding his shoulders there. It's traps. Like... It's a lot on his shoulders. You've got a person here who likes to take responsibility, likes to be the provider. But how interesting is also found out, I'm saying he because it's coming up as kings, it's coming up as masculine energy, but it could be a woman too, he or she. But I'll keep on saying he because it's men on the card. And I'm sure you're intelligent enough to switch it around yourself, and you don't need me to keep on saying he or she, right? So King of Rings, responsibility and abundance. He's got this thing in him that he likes to be the provider. That very same thing scares him because he's also experienced enmeshment and lack of freedom. He's trying to figure out, how can I be this? How can I be this provider, the one that likes to take responsibility without the lack of freedom, without that enmeshment, without it all going pear-shaped? I think your person, perhaps they were married, perhaps they are married, perhaps they were married, perhaps they got into a serious relationship living with somebody. They stepped into that. I'm the responsible one. I love to be abundant. I love to take charge of things like that. That was their love language giving to them. And then the person that they were with, they were just like, okay, give more, give more, give more, to a point where their person was completely disempowered. You know, just let themselves be taken care of. And then when they've tried to get away from this relationship, like, it's impossible without landing this person deep in the shit because they don't have anything to fall back on. And so it feels to me like this is fresh. So on the surface of it, they're appearing to be responsible, abundant, wanting to be the provider and all of that. Very, very stable kind of an energy. They want to do that. I'm really hearing that. What's really behind that is a Seven of Wands, persistence and conviction. Right, you've got a person here that they want to figure this out. They're like, I am sure that this is possible. Perhaps they've got evidence of that in relationships around them. Perhaps they see other people in good relationships, being abundant, the masculine taking responsibility, providing, but also the feminine taking responsibility and it just being cohesive like that. So the Seven of Wands here, persistence and conviction, like sure that this is possible, and I want to figure this out because I want to have a relationship with flowers, and I think we can do this. So I think that they're seeing in you perhaps a propensity for abundance, and you've got your stuff together. I think your person here is more worried about themselves. This is why the reading is about them. More worried about themselves and up in the head about themselves of how to go about this, planning it, how to go about this so that I don't slip into those old traps again. Yeah? So that I can be that provider and that person without being codependent, without getting into that imbalance of power situation, without it going pear-shaped. So what is the past energy for your person here? It's too many. That's too many as well. Okay, here we go. The Sun. Positivity and abundance. Wow, it's all about money, hey? Well, it's not about money. It's about providing. It's about the balance of energies in relationship. So the Sun. So they were happy. They had positivity and abundance. It appeared on the surface like everything was real good in the past energy. And yeah, and I'm getting appearance. I don't know why but I'm getting an appearance of happiness. So they had some kind of solid, perhaps relationship, house, car. To external experience, it was very solid. And internally, it was all crumbling, is what I'm getting. That happy image on the face of it when everyone's like, oh, they're sorted, they've got all of this abundance. They go back home and they're like, this isn't sorted at all. I'm feeling this burden. I'm feeling this burden on my shoulders because I've completely disempowered my person. They cannot function by themselves. This appearance of happiness isn't even true because I'm getting a Tower energy from that. So they've got a smile on the face going, I know it's all good, but deep down they know. Inside of the shoe that the sock is slipping off, right? It's not. It's just, I think that your person is in a relationship here that they're trying to get out of, and they can't without really landing the person in the shit. And they're realizing what they've done now. It's like, oh no, I've created a monster. I've created an enmeshment, something that I'm tied to now. I've created dependency on me. But to the external world, it appears happy. What have they got coming in their near future energy? At least they've got a persistence and a conviction that they can get the best of both worlds. This could be a persistence and conviction that they can sort this out as well, because I am getting very heavily now that your person is still in they might not be in a relationship anymore, but their finances or their living arrangements or whatever will be completely tied up with this person. Your person could be out of a relationship enough that they are paying a lot to the other person because that person can't stand on their own 2 feet yet. Yeah. What's coming in is the world, it's a change, it's achievement, it's fulfillment. And the Wheel of Fortune, adaptation, elevation. 2 very powerful cards there. So the luck changes. The World card suggests that something is being completed, that there is a turn of events. I think that your person here is very focused they think a lot, and they're very focused, because I'm trying to tap into it now and unravel this energy that I'm getting. And it's not emotional energy, it's very much a thinking energy of how is it possible to have this very abundant energy, very abundant relationship that can grow and grow and grow with empowerment on both sides to elevate both people. Elevation, yeah. How can I adapt myself and my relationships and my approach to relationships and my approach to abundance so that it can be even more abundant, elevate that, so that it's not just appearing like a happy scene to the outward world, when really it's just their energy, right? So let me try and explain this properly. The situation that they're in at the moment, or their past situation, it appeared like it was very abundant and good to the rest of the world, happy. It's like, wow, that couple, they've really got it all. But it was their energy. They've got a very strong energy holding up someone else, right? Dragging them behind them. You might have experienced something similar to that. I know I have. I've been that one too, with everything on my shoulders. And it's like, oh, they're so happy and stuff. It's like, yeah, but no, but it's all me. I'm manifesting all of this. It's not the other person. They're coming along for the ride. And it feels to me like your person doesn't want that anymore. They think things through and they're like, I want to, I know that this is possible, to have a relationship where both abundant, both elevated, taking ourselves to the next level. Your person has big ideas for what they want to create, and it's not about the stuff, and it's not about the money and the wealth and stuff like that, although that will come along with it. It's more about, how can I tweak myself and my experience and manifest something that is much more than this, like a drive to, and a conviction and persistence behind it to figure this life thing out, so that we can have much, much better. It's more like an evolution. I think you very well could be twin flames, you guys, because you've got a person on your hands here that wants evolution, wants to be part of the evolution process, wants to take things to the next level, wants to figure out how to have relationships that are good for both and abundant, and both caring for each other, and both kind of supporting each other, giving to each other, generous to each other, but being both, rather than just the appearance of that. So that their past person could be very generous, but it was with their money. But the past person could have appeared very happy, but it was because they were with them and leaning on them. It's not empowering for both, and they've realized that, and they want much more. So this is the energy they got coming in. Things change, so they get their manifestation in a way because the energies change. They start adapting so that everyone can have their achievements. So they might have seen in you like this, you achieving things and you doing things for yourself, and you're like, okay. They're like, okay, I've found a match here, someone that can do it too by themselves. And then they've gone like, wow, okay, so now is the tricky bit, getting into a relationship with this person without that going pear-shaped, without one person taking the lead and it becoming one-sided. I think they're overthinking this, because if you truly are a match in that way, I think you're just going to naturally, you will have to have some things in place, adaptations in place of how you do relationships. Like I said, like having bank accounts, separate bank accounts and a joint bank account as well, and having boundaries around finances, independence, and own achievements and stuff like that. It's why we might think that like socialism works. Is it socialism that I'm thinking about? Sharing everything, but we've seen in countries that doesn't work, that it disempowers people, because people need something to work for. If you're going to put a lot of effort in, like I do to my business, I want to reap the rewards from that. I'm not going to pour all my energy into it if I'm just getting the same as everyone else and getting the same as the next door neighbour that's not doing anything, sitting around watching Netflix. There needs to be personal responsibility for us to improve our lot, right? There's some importance about that. So you might look at, I don't know, political stuff, but the other one, capitalism. You might look at capitalism and say, oh no, it's terrible. But no, nothing is like all good and all bad. There's very positive stuff about capitalism in that, you know, that having that, the drive to make things better for ourselves. So what is this reading also about? It's about insecurity and recovery, 5 of Rings. It's also about the Spirit of Cups, opportunity and creativity. A person wants to create with you. With the Spirit of Cups, they see a big opportunity with you to create something together, something that's going to be very abundant together, a life together that is balanced, that is both of you achieving good things. The 5 of Rings, insecurity and recovery, they are correctly realizing that they need to recover, heal from what's going on here in the past, and perhaps they're uncovering that it's all about insecurity that got them there in the first place. In other words, they got into an imbalanced relationship. They got into a relationship with someone that wasn't providing, perhaps because they were feeling insecure, perhaps because they thought their insecurity was like, I want to be the one that provides and everything. I will find someone that needs me to be a provider for them. I'll feel like the big man. I get to do what I want, which is provide for them. That makes me feel very valuable and all of that. They'll adore me. They will need me, right? They will need me. And so that feels very secure to me. And happy days, right? And it appears like it's been happy days, but it hasn't been that inside of it. It's been very one-sided inside of it. So they're realizing it was all about their insecurity that was behind that. Now, that insecurity is still going to be there. They're choosing you as a person that can have this opportunity and creativity with, someone that's a match to them. Their insecurity needs to be dealt with now. Why? Because they're like, oh, but this is scary because flowers don't need me. Flowers might want me, but they don't need me. What is my role then? What is my role as an equal in this relationship? Can I be me and satisfy the things that I like doing in relationships and have a role and feel useful? Or can I recover from that insecurity to be a true partner in this? That's what the reading is all about, also about too. I'm telling you, you have no idea. You might have no idea anyway. You might have some idea that your person's like this. They think about things to the intricate detail. Like you might have noticed that this reading is way more, I'm saying way more, I'm getting like deeper into each little bit of it here. It's not me, it's them. It's their energy that I'm picking up on this. So you may have no idea because your person just could be, they're a thinker, I tell you that. Wow. Very intelligent. And very determined to figure this out, and not only to that, but to live it too. They want to put it in practice, but I feel like they'll only be making a move once they've like figured it out. What are their fears? What's your person's fears? 10 of Wands, responsibility, challenges. There you go. They are fearing the same thing happening again. 10 of Wands, all the burdens being on them. They are afraid that they haven't yet figured it out of how they got themselves into that position. So they might be thinking, okay, flowers appears very different. They appear like they've got it together, like they don't need me, they want me, and they've got their own wins going on. But you see that their past person could have looked like that too to them, and then they might be like, but what if it's not even true? What if I'm being fooled again? So they've got that fear that, what if it just happens the same way again? And I end up burdened and with all the responsibility, and that turns out to be a challenge, and then I can't manifest what it is that I want in life with this person because It's the same old energy. So they're scared that it's the same old energy and it'll end up with all the burdens again. I am getting that you've lived this too. Perhaps not in the same level of mind consciousness. Let's figure all of this out. But I feel that you've been the one that's been burdened in relationships too. What are their hopes? The Spirit of Swords, eagerness, tenacity. They hope that this lasts, that it's going to last. They think they've met the right person in you to do this with. They're eager to move forward with you, hoping that it will last. And they think that they found in you someone that they want to stick with long term. Dawn of Wands, inspiration and potential. So they find you inspirational and they see a lot of potential in this. You're a good investment to take action on, to take action with, An Eight of Cups, new direction, walking away. So it feels to me like they're hoping for this, that they're getting more and more sure that this is it, that this is the union that you can do this with, to have this new direction, to build this new way of having relationships with. And the Eight of Cups suggests that they are still walking away from something in the past, that they can walk away from that. Not just walking away from like I said, some of them have already got away from this relationship, but not completely in the mind. They're still thinking that pattern still lasts. Some of them might not be away from that relationship yet, and so they're hoping to walk away from that and step into this new start with you. The Eight of Cups. So let's get the outcome cards out. Wow, what a reading. Outcome cards. Okay, that's one to start with. Oh wow. And then two. I'm going to get 4 cards out for your outcome. So it tells a story, and I will be revealing these outcome cards in the deeper dive, in that extended reading. You've got 5 cards. What am I putting that? Oh wow. Wow. Oh, okay. 5 cards here. Very interesting outcomes. I think it might be quite a big deeper dive, this. A long one, Anyway, I'll be revealing those in the deeper dive. Also pulling cards out from all of these decks too. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email, I've got a link to the crystal, to the flower and the shell. Oh, the email might be in your inbox, but it might be in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder, so check in those places. In that email, there'll be a link to the crystal, to the flower and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device that you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll find a picture of a video. When you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it should do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button as well. Let me know what you think of this. It's so interesting. I love it. And yeah, if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell and this Starchild tarot, then this one's for you. Let's do your full Celtic cross spread, shells, for your love life, and see what's going on. Now, as always, shells, is going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this. So if you find that this is your story, or could be your story, you might want to get that. In that, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards to this Celtic cross love spread. I will also be pulling cards out from all of these decks that you see on these back shelves here. Well, not all of them, but most of them. For further clarity on all of this, I'll get you a possible timeline out as well, if that is relevant to this reading. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. What is this reading about? It is about the Page of Cups. It is about a love offer. It's the very initial stages of a love offer. About the start of something. Got a kind of a youthful energy to this, about where could this go, what could it lead to. Yeah, it's just the start of things. So someone new might be on your horizon. You might have noticed somebody and thought, something there, glimmer of something, but it's very much the start. Page of Cups, a start of feelings, a start of emotions for someone, just that initial attraction. What's crossing you in this? What's hindering you from this? What's holding you back from this? Starseed and the Queen of Cups. Okay. Starseed is a card of a fate kind of thing, of you could be starting out a new journey. This could be a different kind of a relationship for you. The Queen of Cups, of you receiving more than you've received before. For you guys, I'm getting that perhaps in previous relationships you kept on choosing a particular type that wasn't that good for you, that you couldn't really receive that much from, or you couldn't receive what you wanted from them. And that could have been your safety zone, choosing those kind of people to keep on getting that same kind of into a same kind of a relationship, because it wasn't making you feel vulnerable. Because the Queen of Cups is a vulnerable energy. She's open, she's vulnerable, she's ready, perhaps for a relationship that challenges you. Perhaps you're getting into relationships that didn't really challenge you, didn't get you to step up, didn't put you in that vulnerable space, and perhaps this one does. So this is what's holding you back, this doing things in a new way so that you can actually receive more or be more in your vulnerability. Yeah, a relationship that tests you more, that requires more from you, that energy. So how do things appear on the face of it? The Lovers. So there's an attraction, initial attraction to this person. You could be lovers with them. You don't know whether it's more than that or not. So it appears on the face of it that you're lovers. So this could have started off already, or it could, like I said, it could be initial attraction. It could be someone that you're talking to online. It could be someone that you found through a dating site, and it's like there's something that feels like there's something here. It could be someone that's just caught your eye at your local gym or at work or something like that. And yeah, it appears that you could be together in that light. And what's really behind this? What's the truth behind it? That's how it appears on the face of it. That you're lovers, or could appear that they're a good choice as well. The Lovers can be the choice. And what's behind that? Oh, look what you've got here. You've got Seven of Swords out by itself. It's really behind that. Like, am I deceiving myself? So this is worry that you've got, that you might be deceiving yourself. But you also have the Eight of Wands, communication, the Sun, happiness, Four of Wands, marriage. So there's a part of you that thinks, this could move forward. This could be my happily ever after. This is the one that could make me happy. Now, with the Page energy, is this a deception? Is this you deceiving yourself? Because that's a major leap from Page of Cups. Page of Cups to the Sun and the Four of Wands, leaping forward to marriage. Is this you in your mind dreaming it up, going, you have initial attractions to someone and then you're like, oh, imagine me getting married to them and having the kids. You could be leaping to this. Because the eight of Wands isn't just about communication, it's also about a goal, a target kind of thing. You could have, I don't know, you could be deceiving yourself. Seven of Swords came out. You could be deceiving yourself. Because this is a major leap. Page of Cups is right at the start of things. Why would we be having marriage and the Sun on the table right at the start of things? That doesn't make much sense. So you're like, yeah, lovers. We could just be lovers. We could just like set this out. But really what's going on in your mind behind this is like, this is the one that I'm going to marry. Watch out for that, because that's a self-deception. Be in a relationship for the experience of the relationship and take it step by step and get to know them. Don't pretend for it to be light and you're just lovers and you're finding out, when really in the back of your mind you're like, I'm going to get married to this person, I'm going to have the children, we're going to be so happy together. I mean, it's kind of good to have that as a goal for relationships, but not when you're putting the face of that person on it. Because it could have you believing in that fantasy more, and it is a fantasy, more than the reality And it could have you ignoring red flags and all kinds of things like that, because you could be believing that fantasy more. So there's an element of fantasy here about you, because you're right at the start of something, and you just need to kind of date them or meet them at first. You probably haven't met this person yet, and experience them, get to know them, find out if they're compatible with you, find out if you want the same things, and go through that whole process before you get to any of these leaps. These leaps should be like way down the line. Even if you have a glimmer of it, like, oh, it could be at the start, don't invest too much in that fantasy. Be in the experience of the relationship, of getting to know them instead. Recent past energy, you've got the Eight of Crystals. So you've been putting a lot of effort into relationships, into getting to know people, into dating perhaps, or into your love life. A lot of effort, reaping rewards as well, Eight of Crystals. So there is movement forward. As I said, I'm getting this feeling from these energies that you have, what was I going to say? Queen of Cups, yeah, that you are kind of ready for a relationship that's going to ask more of you and get you more vulnerable kind of thing. So you've stopped getting into the safe space relationships, as in I know where I stand with this person because they're just like my dad or my brother or something like that, and even though it's not really for me, it's a safe space. I don't have to push myself. I know how this goes down. It feels to me like you've been putting that effort in, the Ace of Crystals, to developing yourself or realizing, no, I deserve better than this. And I need to put myself out of my comfort zone kind of thing. So you might have been learning about yourself and healing yourself and stuff like that, putting that kind of effort in, and you've seen reap the rewards. The Eight of Crystals actually reaps the rewards from that. So you've seen change in your life and other aspects of your life for that self-love work that you've been doing and that healing work that you've been doing. So it has been coming back. You've been getting manifestations. It feels to me like this reading is saying, now, next step, love. Next step is to bring that knowing that you've got and that healing that you've done into a love relationship. But here you go. Love is on the face of it, just like, yeah, we'll be lovers, we'll get to know each other, but they really have the energy behind it here. They're the one. Way too invested in it here, but fantasy, self-deception. Okay, so what's in the near future energy? It was fast. Oppression. Okay, so oppression is next, meaning you fall into a trap. Again, same trap as you've been in before. It's this fantasy. So what's the trap that you've been in before? Believing that they are the person, but then they show that they're not the person. When the red flags show up, you try and fix them instead of going, oh, that's a red flag, you're not my person, let me go and find another lover and get to know them instead. Instead, is that the trap that you fall into? Trying to make it work, trying to fix it, trying to change them to be the person that is right for you instead of just going, next. Trying to fix red flags. There's no fixing it. You don't get your paint out and paint it a different colour. A red flag is a red flag. If I like blue and you want someone that likes red, you don't come to me and then try and convince me that red is my favourite colour. It's not. My favourite colour is blue. And it's okay for you to want to be with someone that likes red. It's not okay for you to try and change my preference from blue to red. So you fall in the same trap again with this person. It's not that you've chosen wrong. You've chosen someone, and then you get to know them. And then you see the incompatibilities, not even red flags. It doesn't even have to be red flags. Could be, but it doesn't have to be. Red flags is like a deal breaker, something toxic about them or whatever. It could just be like, I'm a morning person and you're an evening person, this ain't going to work. Instead of like, don't you think it'd be better if you get up earlier in the morning? Don't do that. If you're going out with an adult here, they know themselves already. They've got this. They know who they are. They know what they're like. Don't change somebody. So I feel that could be the trap that you've got coming up. Same old trap. Let go of this person, then go out in search of the one that is the perfect match. You haven't gone wrong. in getting attracted to someone that isn't the perfect match. There's plenty of people out there that will be attracted to. It's not a wrongness of your attraction pattern or anything like that. But there's very few people that are the right mix to be perfect for us, you know? We just need to go out there. It's a numbers game. Meeting more people, finding out what they're like, what their favourite colours are, and all of that. And then we go, oh, matchy-matchy. Is it matchy-matchy? If it's not matchy-matchy, let me go out there and find someone that already is. Don't try and change them. So what is this reading also about? It's about the Page of Cups. So you've got something new starting off here, but I think it's more of the same old trap kind of thing. And it's not that the person is the same old trap, it's that the way that you get into it, the way that you are functioning in a relationship is the same old trap. The moon, it's also about the moon, this reading. So it's about things coming out, things being hidden in the shadows. You've got stuff that's hidden in the shadows, and it's stuff about you that's hidden in the shadows. Things that you don't know about yourself are yet to be revealed about yourself, need to be revealed, right? Of the, why do you keep on going to this comfort zone? Or why do you leap to these conclusions that it's your person, that it's your twin flame, your soulmate, the one that you're going to get married to, the one that's going to make you ultimately happy? How? Why did your mind go to those fantasies? Why do you tenaciously try and stick to someone and make them the right person? There's a reason behind that. There's something deeper behind that. There's a deeper reason. We always do things for a reason. We do something because we're getting something out of it. So you could have like a core belief that you're not very good at this, or you don't deserve, or that there is nobody out there that is a match to you, or that your job isn't to find your match for you, it's to make someone stay with you. Or, you know, there's something that's yet to be revealed, that needs to be revealed in you, so that you can stop wasting your time on people that aren't it. What are your fears? What are your fears, Charles? And you don't need to know up front who's it and who's not it. You can get attracted to someone, get to know them, and then when you find out they're not it, move away from them and go next. Hierophant, your fears are the spiritual lessons. You don't want another lesson, you just want it to be it this time, and it can't be it. It can't be it until you see it clearly and say no to the ones that aren't it. There's not some magic here. There's no magical way of going, no, I only want to attract and be attracted to the one that is the right match for me. The universe is like, that ain't going to happen. That's like saying, I only want to like the taste of food that is very good for my health. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You need to choose. You need to decide. You're the one with the power here. You are the creative spirit. You're the one that gets to choose, and it's all about your choices. So don't hand out responsibility from that. You never get to the point where the only food that you'll like the taste of is what's good for you. You'll never get to the point that the only person that you're attracted to is the one that's a perfect match to you. There's no such magic. There's no such magic as that. Do not believe that stuff. The law of attraction is true, but not to that extent. You have the power, and it's all in your choice. So don't be scared of the spiritual lessons. Lap them up and go, okay, I get better and better at choosing. Your power is there. Claim your power and choose. The faster you say no, when you notice that they're not the one for you, the faster you get to that, meeting that one that will be right for you. Put it this way. The only difference between people that succeed and people that fail is that the people that succeed say no more times. They fail more times. That's all it is. And they pick themselves up quicker and they do it again. People that are real failures in relationships end up in the wrong relationships and got a really slow path. It's because they cling to the wrong ones for way too long. If the pickier you are, and then the more you say no, the faster you'll get to the success. What are your hopes? Your hopes are transformation. I hope this all changes. Yes. I hope this changes. Transformation. Of course. You want this to change. You can change it, and it's easier than you think. You just have to be okay about having boundaries and saying no faster. What are your outcomes? As I said, I'm going to be revealing these outcome cards in your deeper dive read. See how this ends up. Where is this headed? What's the outcome? We'll get you a few cards out here. So we've got a progression. In that deeper dive, I'll also be pulling cards out of all of those decks at the back there as well. Ooh, I like that. What's the outcome? Can I have 3 more cards? 1. Nice. 3 more cards, please. No, 2 more cards, I mean. There we go. It gave me 3. Of course it did. I said 3. Of course it's going to give me 3. Okay, let me just check what these are. The first 2 cards are great. Love that. Ooh. And then, okay. Nice progression there. I like that mixed bag as well. So if you want to know what these cards are and want to get further clarity on all of this, and then you might want to get that deeper dive. I will pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. The email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, your promotions folder. Check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video. And when you click on that picture of a video, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it should do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell to hear more from me. I do a live show 3 times a week, Psychic Cafe, where I give mini reads for donations. Would love to see you in there. Come along sometime. Get more specific guidance for you individually rather than these general reads. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly.